When you also talk about trolls in your comments. Hey yo, Baara, you be getting trolls in your comments too?
Yo, yeah, I'm thankful, but I don't really be getting that much trolls. I mean, you see some probably like one or two comments a video, but like after that, I mean, not really.
Right.
Everybody's real chill. Everybody's real chill, so I'm happy for that. One of the things that I'm super you feel mindful of though, because my comment section is so nice, so chill. I don't really know like if I'm doing something wrong, so I always gotta be my biggest critique. Now,
Mhm.
obviously, if I do something completely off the wall, they'll tell me, but I gotta make sure I keep on my toes.
Have you gotten something like a comment or something like that made you feel like you did something off the wall?
Off the wall, nah, but I was like, especially when I was first starting off, like one thing that was super important when I was first starting off was my mic was terrible. I was recording on an iPad, like on an iPad mic. Then when I
Oh.
then when I changed my mic was super low. You feel me? Then after that, people were saying that my music was too loud. So minor tweaks and changes like that. And another thing was
You talk too
when I started
fast.
doing the clips, yeah, that too. Me talking
Hey
fast, I
yo, that's
started
that
doing the clip.
Jersey in us though, bro.
And they gotta
We
chill on
talk
that
fast,
shit,
bro.
man.
But no, he no.
Yo, you
Hey,
speak
they
too quick. You listening too slow, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. So it'd be
50 Cent
stuff
lines.
like that. It'd be small stuff like that. So, what's it called? You know, people always ask me interesting questions and stuff like that. So I want to ask, was Ian what he thinks about some of the topics like this? Do you think there'll be any other Otsutski members in the future?
They gotta do something with those two on the wall, man. Like
The one
that's
that
like
was
a
cracked.
huge, yeah.
Mhm.
Like that's like shit. What was it? In the Naruto manga, like one of the big running theories for a long time was like, what was Sasuke looking up at the Valley of the End? We didn't know it was Zetsu at the time. Like we saw Zetsu was
Mm.
reporting that like the Sharingan was missing, but like people was wondering like what was Sasuke looking up at, and like Kishimoto just kind of kept that in his back pocket for a long ass time.
Mm.
Same thing with the who's in the final coffin and who was in the coffin that Orochimaru was trying to summon. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's something they got to do something with that. Like they got to address who those final two symbols are.
And I
Alright.
remember me and Baara was talking about this before, as far as Kishimoto taking back over, like as far as being the writer of the writer or whatever.
Mhm.
I was telling him like, the way that he writes stories is just amazing. Like Kishimoto was cool, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Who? I'm sorry, I'm getting their names mixed up.
You
Who's the
talking about Kodachi was cool. Kishimoto's the one,
Kodachi was
yeah.
cool. Kishimoto though, and with him taking over, like I know that the manga is starting off slow, like how it's progressing, but the way that
Mhm.
Kishimoto writes, bro, I think that it's gonna be amazing. Like it's just gonna start off slow, but once we start getting into the shit and we start tying
Mhm.
back into what went on at the beginning when he first started off, bro, it's gonna be incredible. I'm telling you.
See, one of my biggest problems with Kodachi's style of writing was never really the manga. It was how it was adapted to the anime. Don't get me wrong. When it comes to
Mm.
specific fights and specific episodes,
Mm-hmm.
those are absolutely amazing. But one of my biggest problems with the Kado organization is that their body count isn't that big in
No.
comparison to like the Akatsuki or something like that. I feel like to actually establish a character, especially like Delta, because even to this day people think that Delta is extremely weak because Naruto was quote unquote holding
That's
back.
cap. That's
Don't get
cap.
me started on that. Don't get me started on that. But I feel like they should have possibly dropped Delta in like the Cloud Village or something, had her kill a couple people, possibly even, you feel me, A or something like that,
Bro, they
and then made a
sped through the
beeline to the Hidden
manga,
Leaf
man.
Village.
They
She
sped through it.
she should have clapped Urashiki. That's how you should have Urashiki go out.
Absolutely,
That would have been
yo.
fire. That would have been
Like
People
fire.
that should have been it. Because people have been
People
like,
would,
"Yo, what the fuck?" Like,
Who is this?
because when they say that shit, they're like, "Oh, well, Naruto wasn't used." I'm like, the dude says in the manga, "I'm gonna go full power." When you look at him, he don't have no pigmentation over his eyes. This whole thing of, well, he don't have Sage 6 pass mode anymore. It's like, you fucking dumbasses got it. If Delta can get him to go to that level during the fight, and during that time, yeah, Naruto's in control of the fight, but the fact that Naruto even felt the
He had
need
to.
to use the chakra mode on top of it, not just
Mhm.
base Sage 6 pass mode.
Mm-hmm.
And in the manga, like, yeah, Naruto's in control, but like Delta was getting some shots in on this dude, got him breathing heavy.
exactly.
Like, she ain't no pushover. That's why when Jigen clapped them boys, and I think chapter 41 or something like that, when that happened, it's just like, man, you should have known better.
Yeah,
You should have known
yo,
better.
at that point, it was like a culture shock to the people who didn't really see it. I mean, especially when the anime version came out, you look on TikTok, people are surprised, like, yo, how is Jigen this strong? Da da da. All the other members in the Kata organization, they're weak. I'm like, hey, yo, y'all just don't be paying attention. I think it's just the build up to the characters. They had to have the characters go through something, have them knock off a couple characters,
Right.
some characters very close to us or something like that. I feel like that right there would have gave the Kata organization a lot more respect.
A lot more
Yeah.
respect. Yeah. Like
It's like wrestling, man. You can't rush to your WrestleMania event. You got to build up to it.
Exactly.
Exactly. So that's why I think that Kishimoto doing with the manga right now. That's why it's moving so slow. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
think,
like look at what he's done. Like on some real shit. Like if Kishimoto was doing Naruto now, I compared this to Search of Tsunade arc. That was damn near 40 chapters.
right. But it was
Just straight build up before we got to the legendary signing, just throwing down.
I was
Well,
but he was doing it weekly though back then too. As
Yeah,
well,
that's the
right?
problem. He can't see. He can't be doing. See, what
So
I
one
was
Boruto
thinking,
chapter is two and a half Naruto chapters.
Okay.
but even
One
still,
Boruto
like,
chapter is 2.5. So I mean,
I'm picking what you're throwing down. But here's my problem. You'll finish an actual Boruto manga chapter nowadays, not necessarily the last one, because I think the last one was a lot better. But you'll finish a Boruto chapter, and you feel like, yo, I could have read this in like this right here feel like a weekly manga. What I was
Right,
personally
that's
feeling is
facts.
that
That's facts.
I thought Kishimoto should have took control of the anime and wrote the story for the anime and let Kodachi take control, keep control of the manga. I don't know specifically what they got in regards to the backstory and all the Illuminati stuff they got going on over there, which led to Kodachi leaving. But I just personally think
apparently
that
he got disrespectful with the anime staff. Like that's the
Yeah, I
thing I've been
remember I
able to
told
dig
you
up.
that. Yeah, I told you
He
that,
got
remember?
disrespectful with the anime staff, and like, despite what all these dumbasses on TikTok are saying, oh yeah, it's new people. No, these are the same. Like Boruto got the same staff minus 2 major animators who worked on Naruto and Shippuden. Yeah, they outsource to other studios, but when it's the Studio Pierrot or it's the Studio Jiwoo or it's Studio Mouse, a lot of those people are people that have been working on Shippuden and working on Naruto. Like Kodachi got smart with one of them. And that's like respect's big in Japan. Like them folks, you've been doing this since 2015 when you got picked because your light novel, to his credit, the Guard novel is the best written novel out of all those light novels. Kodachi killed that shit. That's why he got picked to co-write the Boruto movie alongside Kishimoto. Like the keys of the kingdom were handed over to you. But you can't go to those folks that like that's their career, that they've done Naruto, and then you be talking disrespectful to them. Like that was it. That was it. Like he's still being blackballed now. Like he's getting small jobs. How you go from working on Naruto to you can find tweets of this dude begging people like, hey, you gotta open it. Nope. He fucked up.
Damn,
that's
bad?
crazy.
We can't get no work.
That's
he getting
crazy.
Small work. Like that's like you go from
yeah. So it's looking like
man. Like he fucked up, man. Like that's like you telling Michael Jordan, man, fuck you and your Jordan shoes, and you say, well, how come I can't get an invite to play for the Charlotte Hornets? The fuck do you think you're doing?
I feel you.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I was just saying, you feel me? I feel like Kishimoto could have done the anime a lot of good, bro. Because I think, as you said, his storytelling is very good. I thought he could have done a lot with the Kata organization, bro.
Yeah, but you know, now that you say when you ask that question about being more Otsutskis and the in the series, it would be best if Kishimoto wrote that rather than Kodachi, because Kishimoto is the one who introduced the Otsutskis into the series. So
I'm picking what you throwing down. My position with Kodachi always been, I don't know how Ian feels about this, but I always liked Kodachi's writing. I said during the time when he got fired, he was writing gold. Like he was writing gold.
It was
yeah, you feel me? So I always liked that. I feel like if the anime could have portrayed, like drawn it out a little bit more, portrayed it even better, had Kishimoto, like, you feel me, have, I don't know, like couple Kages versus Delta or something like that. I think that right there could have done very well. Have Delta to like pieced them up in 2.5 and then went somewhere else. I thought that could have been amazing. And because
some real shit though, you right on that, because like with Kishimoto, like people, with Kodachi, Kodachi came up with the Vanished Rasengan. Like Kishimoto, when they wrote Naruto board to the movie, he was like, "Yeah, well, we gotta have Momoshiki taken out, but I don't know how to do it." Kodachi said, "Well, what if we make the Rasengan invisible?" And Kishimoto, I'll see if I can get the scan on this. Kishimoto popped when that happened. Like he was like, "Hold on, we got to rewrite the whole movie now."
Dang.
Like Kodachi got moments of brilliance.